All right, folks. We are getting ready to. We're starting a little early today because they're going to be doing senior announcements for some of the girls. So I'm going to get the ball rolling so that we can make sure that we capture that here on the live stream. And then they're going to go zam the ice, and then we will be back for the game. So we're going to have a little bit of time in between the senior announcements and the actual start of the game. The game's still going to be at 10:15, but we are going to get the senior announcements. For those that are unaware, USA Hockey won the gold medal off of Jack Hughes' goal in OT, 2-1, beating Canada's dream team. Crazy. But that's what happened. Nutso morning. And for those that know me and know my son Blake is playing juniors. He hit 100 points this morning also. All right, we're starting the senior announcements. Allie Ewald takes the ice. Not sure if you can hear.
Undecided on her field of study. Ladies and gentlemen, number 9, Allie Ewald. Number 10, Marissa Reddy. Marissa first hit the ice at age 4. Her earliest hockey memory was playing against her little brother. It was always fun and friendly competition. Marissa's favorite hockey moment was last year after the state championship game. The atmosphere in the locker room and everything about that day showed her that her hard work really paid off. Her role models are her mom and dad because they mean everything to Marissa. Marissa says they've always supported me and taught me the importance of hard work and kindness. After graduating from Harrisburg High School, Marissa plans to study elementary education with a minor in coaching and American Sign Language. Number 10, Marissa Reddy. Number 14, Becca Harris. Becca started playing hockey when she was 8 for the Brandon Valley Ice Cats. Her earliest memory was practicing outside in freezing weather, along with her first play against Huron. Becca's favorite memory was winning the state in 5 overtimes last year and hanging out at the Watson's house before the games. Her role model is her dad, Becca says. He has always told me to work hard and that hard work always beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. My dad has helped me in numerous ways by making my workouts, making me supper, and most importantly, always being there for me when I needed him the most. Becca will be attending Hilbert College in upstate New York and play hockey, majoring in sports business. Number 14, Becca Harris. Number 15, Alex Rolfsman. Alex started playing hockey in 2015 when she got on the ice. She was one of only a few girls out there, and most of them could barely skate, let alone play hockey. She was learning the basics and fell in love with scoring, and she always had fun. Her favorite hockey memory is every girl she played with against and has an impact on her. They challenged, pushed, and supported her and helped shape Alex not only into a better hockey player, but a better person. The friendships and lessons she gained from hockey will stay with her long after the final whistle. Alex's parents will forever be her role models. Alex says they have stood by me through every struggle and success. They supported me during early mornings, late nights, long drives, tough losses, and moments when I doubted myself. Never once giving up on me. Their love, sacrifices, and constant belief in me have shaped who I am today, both on and off the ice. Alex will be attending Southwest Minnesota State University, studying forensic biology. Number 15, Alex Wolfsma. Number 22, Lily Knudsen. Lily started playing hockey at 5 years old. Her earliest hockey memories include stepping on the ice for the first time at 2, playing floor hockey with her bigger cousins, and learning to skate with her parents. Alex's favorite hockey memory is winning state last year. Her role models are her parents, and Alex says they taught me every step of the way. Alex will be continuing her hockey career at Augustana University while studying secondary education with an emphasis in math. Number 22, Lily Knudsen. And the captain, number 34, Reagan Pesca. Reagan started skating at 3 years old and joined the Flyers when she was 5. She started on the boys' team before joining the Lady Flyers in 8th grade. Reagan's earliest hockey memory is going to Stampede games as a kid, skating on the ice and waiting by the tunnels for high fives as the players walked out. Reagan's favorite hockey memories include winning 2 state championships, playing in Canada, and having her dad as her coach for all 13 years. One of Reagan's biggest role models is her high school track coach, Matt Genrich. Reagan says she has constantly believed in me since I started running cross country in middle school. He supported me through my hip surgery recovery and taught me to trust the process, have confidence even on the hardest days. My dad, Wade, also shaped my hockey career in ways I couldn't imagine. We have watched countless games together, and he has taught me so much about being the best overall athlete and person I can be. Reagan will be continuing her hockey career at the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, majoring in psychology and nutrition. Number 34, Reagan Pesca. Give it up one more time for your Lady Flyers seniors.
All right. That is your Lady Flyers seniors. And that was the senior ceremony, just introducing them and talking a little bit about them. And then we're going to go resurface the ice. We'll be back in a little bit for the start of the game, which will be in about probably a little less than 15 minutes. In the meantime, I did promise everybody something really cool and to make sure they joined today. So I spent some time working on this as kind of a hype video / commemorative video for the Sioux Falls Lady Flyers. You'll get to watch it here first on the broadcast. It will be made live on YouTube this afternoon. And I will be showing it to the girls during their senior dinner. Senior dinner this afternoon. So let's just go ahead and watch it. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you like it, hated it, things could have been done differently, whatever. Just let me know. I did spend a lot of time on this, so here we go.
Slam open, skates cut lines in the ice. Breath like smoke in the cold air, red light ready to flash twice.
Shot and a goal! Four-handed!
White blade, steel sparks on a turn. Their colors in our crosshairs. Let it hit, let it all.
Almost shot by Evo, and that one ends up in the back of the net.
Turn the rink into a riot.
Flyers in stolen by Watson. Watson carries it in. Back to Bernal, shot on net, save Allarding. Shot Black buries that one.
Turn the noise into a storm. We bring sudden death to silence. Every hit, every shot transform.
And Murray buries that one.
Every heart on overload. We don't break, we don't bend, we don't back, we explode. Last line change, last hard charge. Every second hits like large. Last line change, last hard charge. Every second hits like large.
That does it for this game. Flyers won 3-0.
3, 2, 1, go. Turn the rink into a riot. A riot. Turn the rink into a riot. To a riot.
All right, hoped you enjoyed the video. That was my own creation I put together. And I'll be broadcasting that again during the intermission, the first and second intermission, too, at the beginning of each intermission if you didn't catch the full video. Or you can go back and watch either the live stream or check the YouTube channel here at Varsity Hockey Productions later on this afternoon, and that video in its entirety will be up on the channel. So in the meantime, we got the Zamboni going, and we'll be back in a little bit for the start of the game between your Sioux Falls Lady Flyers and the Sioux Center Storm. In the meantime, go get some popcorn or whatever, and we will be back shortly.
Varsity girls game featuring the Sioux Center Storm and your Sioux Falls Flyers. Starting lineups for the Sioux Center Storm. Starting at defense, number 12, Jordan Wasman. At a forward, number 13, Amanda King. Also at forward, number 17, Maylin Groenweg. On defense, number 23, Kristen Curiel. At a forward, number 28, Maggie Wright. And in goal, number 31, Victoria Pendergrass. And the starting lineup for your Sioux Falls Flyers. Welcome back to seniors, right wing, number 9, Allie Ewalt. On defense, number 14, Becca Harris. At left wing, number 15, Alex Wolfsma. At center, number 22, Lily Knudsen. At defense, number 34, Reagan Pesca. And index number 10, Marissa Reddick. Ladies and gentlemen, national anthem has been played. Let's play hockey.
All right, no national anthem today. It has been played. We're ready to get rolling with this game. And not much else to say. Starting lineup for goaltending. Victoria Pendergrass is in net for the Sioux Center Storm. And Marissa Reddy, one of the seniors, is in net for your Sioux Falls Lady Flyers. Sioux Center is 5-15-0 against the Sioux Falls Flyers, which are dominant right now at 19-1-0. All 6 seniors are the starting lineup for this game. We have Allie Ewalt, Lily Knudsen, Alexander Rolfsma, Rebecca Harris, and Reagan Pesca on the faceoff. And we are rolling now. Down into the Flyers zone, knocked away from Harris. Picked up by Sioux Center. Reagan intercepts, Pesca intercepts that pass. And back down into the Sioux Center zone. No icing there. Zoom in a little bit. Picked up by Knudsen down in the corner. She tries to center that. It goes off of a skate. By the way, I am using new headset right now, so I'm not sure how well it sounds. Let me know in the comments if you're hearing any issues, or I'm too quiet or too loud or whatever. Just let me know what you're hearing. Picked up by Rolfsma, back to Pesca. Pesca with a shot, hit it body in front, backhanded up and out. Chased down by Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo with it down below the goal line. She backhands it to Pesca over on the far side. Pesca pulls it up. I suspect that Pesca will probably move up to forward. That was to start the game for the seniors. Back to the point. Nelson picks that one up, carries it down, hands it off to Watson. The Nelson shot, and in the back of the net on the far side. That ekes its way past Pendergrass, and Flyers draw first blood in this game. And that is Nelson off the goal. Assist by Watson. I believe that's going to be the only assist for the game. Face-off back at center ice. Won by Gora off the far side. Picked up by Pfeiffer and thrown into the zone. Picked off. Pfeiffer battling for it, thrown down the boards. Nelson picks that one up. Loses a handle on it, but gets it back to Gora off of her skate. Brought up and out. And Marvisi with it. Fired it off of the boot of one of the Sioux Center players. Rimmed around over to Gora. Gora with it off the far side boards to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer tried to hit Nelson. They don't connect. Marvisi chases it down in the corner. Backhands it up the boards. Hands it off to Pfeiffer to Honor. Honor comes flying up through the neutral zone. Loses a handle on it. Picks it back up. Looking to hand it off. Hands it off to Pesca. Shot wide of the net. Picked up by Harris on the far side. She mishandles that. It pops up out of the zone. Harris takes it up through the neutral zone. and offsides, I believe it is, and we get a face-off in the neutral zone. That video you saw, there's some really cool features about that that I haven't really talked about yet. I didn't tell everybody about. The song is now owned by me. That is a AI-generated song. I thought that song was absolutely awesome for being AI-generated. And the two videos of the logo and the flyby of the Shields Iceplex, those were also AI generated. I used a lot of AI in it. So it was pretty cool. Flyers up 1-0 so far in this game. We get another face-off down low in the Storm zone, with the Flyers, again, having struck the only shots on net in this game so far. Black taking the draw. Rigolizzo gets it, takes a whack at it, but it goes past her. Brought up and out, and Berg now with it. Berg changes direction, bounces it off the wall, hands it off to Wearspan. Wearspan up to Black. Black carries it in, backhands it over to Knudsen, and Knudsen tried to center that one. Wearspan got a stick on it, but not much. And Rigolizzo keeps that one down low. I believe that's Wearspan with it. Up to Black. Black off the sidewall. Pumps up to Berg. Berg throws it back down low. And Wearspan with it. Walks out. Backhands it. And that is underneath the pad of Pendergrass, but I don't know if anything I don't know if there's anything we can do. Let's see if I can fix. I'm being told I have a little bit of echo. So let's shut that off. How's this sound now? All right. Watson picks it up down low. Back to the point to Berg. Berg back down the wall to Watson. Over to the far side to Nelson. Nelson takes a shot. That goes off of a stick. Nelson back to the point to Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo with it. And that pops up out of the zone. Back down on Reddy, and Reddy just covers it up. We get another stoppage of play with technically the first shot on net for the Storm so far. Faceoff will be just to the left of Reddy. Hopefully that switch I flipped will get rid of the echo that I got. Helps if I change cameras. Watson carries it in, and that ends up in the back of the net. Flyers get another one. All right, so the audio monitor switch in this needed to be turned off, so it should sound a lot better now. Thanks for the feedback. I appreciate that. Flyers up 2-0. And that one was Hallie Watson from Reagan Pfeiffer for that goal. And we are at the 12:52 mark of the first period. Gora takes a swipe at it, and she's not able to do much with it. Gora pulls it off the wall, skates up, loses a handle on it. Watson picks it up over to Marvisi. Marvisi throws it up to Nelson, not able to connect. Marvisi still with it, carries it in, lost a handle on it. Over to the far side, Murray with it now, throws it down the boards. Nelson picks it off the boards, hits Murray. Murray with the shot, and that was right over the shoulder of Pendergrass in the back of the net for goal number 3. And that was Murray scoring that one. We'll get the official goals and assists here in just a second. And that was assist from Lucy Nelson for that one. Honor wins that face-off, carries it up into the Storm zone and backhands it down low. Pesca with it down below the goal line. Pesca back to Harris. Harris with it. Shot towards the net. It goes wide. Picked up on the near side by Murray. She throws it down low for Honor. Honor has to chase it down and went over her stick Harris pinches that off right at the blue line. Kicked at by Pesca. Over to Honor, goes off of her skate towards the front of the net, and the Storm get it back, but throw it up the boards, and that's pinched off. Another one up the boards. Honor comes off the wall with it, throws it towards the net, and that goes just wide. Up the near side boards, pinched off by Peterson. And Harris has to chase that one down in her own zone. Harris takes it behind the goal line. Up the far side, up to Pesca. Grenades off her stick, down into the Storm zone, and chipped right back out. Brought in by number 13, shot towards the net. That's a dinger off the post. Reddy got lucky on that one. Post is the goaltender's best friend. Knocked away, and that was an offsides call, definitely. And we have a face-off just in front of the Flyers bench. Picked up by Knutson. Knutson to Black. Black gets bumped. Manages to maintain control of the puck. Whacked at it a couple times. Up to Myers, not Knutson. Back to Berg, to Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo with it, up to Meyer. Meyer carries it in, hands it off to Black. It's at her feet, though. She's not able to get much on that one. Carried in, knocked away by Rigolizzo. And we have an offsides call being made on the Storm, carrying it into the Flyers' zone. Shots on goal, 7-2 so far. Again, if you didn't watch the video at the beginning of the live stream, don't worry about it. I'll be broadcasting it again during the intermission, and we have a tripping call being made against the Sioux Center Storm. We'll see who's going to the box for that, number 9. And that's going to put the Sioux Falls Flyers on a power play. All right. Face-off just to the left of Pendergrass at the 10-10 mark. Back to Gora. Gora with it. Walks to the center. Shot, save Pendergrass. And that is Avery Filton going to the box for tripping. Back to Gora. Gora with it. Over to Pfeiffer. That hops over her stick down low. Nelson picks it up in the near side corner. Nelson walks out, tried to hit Watts, and they don't connect. Rigolizzo whiffed on it, picked it back up, threw it past Gora, up and out of the zone. Flyers have to reset in their own zone. Up to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer carries it in. Rimmed around all the way over to the far side. Chipped up and out, picked off by Pfeiffer and thrown back down deep. It wasn't out. My bad on that. Rimmed around. Up to Gora. Gora picks it off the half wall. Looking to hand that one off. Just enough of a stick on it. Murray up to Honor. Honor walks down, loses a handle on it, and picks it up down below the goal line. Tried to center that one. It goes off of a skate in front. Murray now with it. Back to Pesca. Pesca to Harris to Murray. Sorry, no, not to Harris, but to Murray. Murray picks it up after taking a shot back to Marvisi. Marvisi back to Harris. Harris shot past Murray. Harris rushes down to pick it off the boards, throw it deeper, and a clearing attempt that is successful on the Sioux Center Storm. Reddy comes out and plays that one, just leaves it for Honor. Honor steps around a couple of the Sioux Center players, carries it in, hands it off to Pesca. Pesca to Murray. Murray's shot is blocked, but gets a second attempt that goes just wide. Up to Harris at the point. Back down to Pesca. Pesca shot, saved Pendergrass. Pesca pulls it out of the air, and Honor puts that one in the back of the net. That is a power play goal, I believe, and that puts the Flyers up 4-0 so far in this game early on. That is Emma Honor from Reagan Pesca and Rebecca Harris. Black picks it up, carries it down into the Sioux Center zone. Picked up by Sioux Center as they take it from her. And bounced off the boards, up and out. Callie Peterson battling for it and thrown down low. Rigolizzo comes in. That was an awkward spill as she looks none worse for the wear. Wearspan racing for it, loses that race against number 3. Up, and that goes off of a couple sticks and all the way down. No icing there as the Flyers, Rigolizzo chases that one down. Backhands it behind the net to Berg. Berg off the near side boards to Meyer. Meyer with it. Her pass is intercepted over to the far side. Wearspan having to chase it down. Kicks it back to Berg. Berg with it now off the boards, rims it around all the way over to the near side. Meyer not able to get to it first. Back down low. This has been a pretty exciting day of hockey, and it's just getting started. Shot towards the net, and Reddy covers that one up. We get another stoppage of play and a face-off down in the Flyer zone on the Storm's third shot attempt. Harris gets it down below the goal line. Picked up by Nelson. Nelson with the head of steam comes flying up through the neutral zone. Hands it off over to Watson. Watson picks it up in the near side corner. Back down for Nelson. Nelson centering attempt to Pesca. Gora just keeps that one in, riding that blue line. For those that are not unaware, or not aware, not unaware. For those that are aware, for those that are not aware, the puck has to entirely cross the blue line for it to go out of the zone. So if it's riding the blue line and the puck isn't all the way across, it did not exit the zone. That is the USA Hockey definition. Harris keeps that one in, but only temporarily. Gora now with it. Up to Honor. Honor skates it in. Shot, save Pendergrass. Rebound out. Murray picks it up. Another save Pendergrass. Another save. And finally, Honor buries that off of a flurry of shot attempts by the Flyers as they carry it. They add another tally to that early first period goal set. And that was assisted by Hallie Watson and Aniston Murray. And that is goal number 5. Again, senior day here at the Iceplex for the Sioux Falls Lady Flyers. Pesca carries it in, rims it around all the way over to the far side. Centering pass by Honor, down low for Pesca. Pesca with it off the near side boards, back to Peterson. Peterson backhands that. That one's picked off. Chipped in on a backhand. Marvisi chases that one down. Hands it off to Murray. Murray to Pesca. Pesca carries it in and just bombs it in all the way around to the far side. Wearspan comes off the bench. Tried to pick that one off and is tripped up right on the half wall. Again, the refs saw what the refs saw, and they call what they're going to call. I'm not sure I agree with that one, even though it is in our benefit, but it is what it is. Back to the point. Rigolizzo with it, off the boards, down low. Nelson steps out, backhands it towards Watson, picked off, and backhanded up and out by the Storm's number 13, picked off by Rigolizzo. Up to Watson. Carried down low. Rigolizzo had it knocked away from her, picked off by the Storm, and fired up and out. That's going to go the length of the ice. No icing there. Chased down by Gora. Gora with it down below the goal line. Comes up the far side. Tries to hand it off, but it goes off of a stick. Storm get it back and fire it back down. So as I mentioned earlier, pretty excited. My son had 4 points as of the start of the game to hit his 100-point mark in juniors, and he had a 4-point game. So he managed to hit 100 points in juniors, which is absolutely an awesome milestone for him. Harris with it down low, picked up by Pesca. Pesca over to Honor. Honor not able to get much on that. Marvisi with it. Over to Murray. Murray cross ice to Pesca. Tried to hit Honor in front. They do not connect. Picked up by Harris. Harris carries it down the boards. Leaves it for Pesca. Pesca with it. Over to Marvisi. Back over to Harris. Harris with it. To Pesca. Rims around all the way over to the far side. Picked up by Murray. Murray with it. Over to Harris on the near side. Harris walks down. Tried to get it off to Honor. Ends up over on Marvisi's stick on the far half wall. Pesca with it now. Over to Harris. Harris walks down. Shot, and that is tipped and in the back of the net. That is an even strength goal, but that is goal number 6 as Pendergrass is just getting hammered by the Flyers. That Flyers with their potent offense is just not giving any quarter. Meyer carries that one in off the face-off win. Backhands it towards the front of the net, goes off of Pendergrass, ends up in the near side corner, back to the point to Peterson. Peterson gets it and fires it down to Knutson. Knutson steps out. And that last goal was scored by Rebecca Harris from Reagan Pesca, 2 of the seniors in today's senior day. Knutson picks it up. Back to Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo with a shot save. Pendergrass, another shot save. Puck's bouncing around and ends up just wide of the net. Knutson gets it. Tries to center that. It's whacked at. Rimmed around all the way over to the far side. Rigolizzo gets it and just fires it down the boards. Rigolizzo with it. Back to Black. Fired, shot, save, and Pendergrass stops play at the 1:25 mark. We are in runtime already in the first period, so we'll have the clock up and running for both the second and third periods for the game. Nelson taking the draw. Back, Watson tried to get to it, not able to do so. Picked up by Watson. Wrong camera there. Watson shot towards the net. Nice kick save by Pendergrass. Back to the point. Picked up by Gora. Gora throws it to the net. Goes off of a couple sticks and skates and doesn't go very far. And backhanded into the zone, but the Sioux Center Storm pick it up. Nelson takes a little bit of a bump. Gets it in, hands it off to Gora. She's not able to control it. Pesca with it. Or not Pesca, Pfeiffer with it. Back to the point to Watson. Watson fires it towards the net. Kick save by Pendergrass. Ends up in the near side corner as time is running down on the first period. Gora carries it down. Hands it back off to Berg. Over to the far side to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with it. Down for Honor. Over to the near side. Berg now with it. Spins away and throws it down into the Storm zone. And that does it for the first period. We will be back for the start of the second period. Again, we are already in runtime. 6 goals scored. First period recap. Lucy Nelson from Hallie Watson was goal number 1. Hallie Watson from Reagan Pfeiffer is goal number 2. And Aniston Murray from Lucy Nelson, goal number 3. Emma Honor from Reagan Pesca. And Rebecca Harris, goal number 5 was Emma Honor from Hallie Watson and Aniston Murray. And goal number 6 was Rebecca Harris from Reagan Pesca. Only 2 penalties of the period were Avery Felton and Brooklyn Bile for tripping. Avery's penalty is at the 10:10 mark, and Brooklyn's is at the 4:46 mark of the first period. That is your first period recap. In the meantime, as I promised, we are going to start off the intermission with the video I put together. Again, I hope you enjoy it. If you have not seen it yet, please let me know in the comments whether or not you like it. But we're going to play the video, and then we'll go to the usual quiet, without the mic, so we don't get the outside music. And here we go.
Door slam open, skates cut lines in the ice. Breath like smoke in the cold air, red light ready to flash twice.
Shot and a goal! Four-handed.
White blade, steel sparks on the turn. The colors in our crosshairs. Let it hit, let it all.
Almost shot by a U-Ball, and that one ends up in the back of the net.
Turn the rink into a riot.
Flyers in by number 15 for the Flyers.
We bring sudden death to silence. Every hit, every shot transform. Turn the rink into a riot. Every heart on overload. We don't break, we don't bend, we don't back, we explode.
Down and a shot it out. Top shelf goal.
Bench pounds, glass shakes, boards thump under our feet. Numbers flying on the back, check every stride, every
Net
glass
shot it in the back of the net.
blue line, locked in, draw pass and we collide.
Stolen by Watson. Watson carries it in.
Feel thunder in the chest plate when our crest meets
Back to Berdahl. Shot on net. Save Allerding. Shot black. Buries that one.
Turn the rink into a riot. Turn the noise into a storm. We bring sudden death to silence. Every hit, every shot transform.
And Murray buries that one.
Every heart on overload. We don't break, we don't bend, we don't back, we explode. Last line change, last hard charge. Every second hits like large. Last line change, last hard charge. Every second hits like large.
That does it for this game. Flyers won 3-0.
3, 2, 1, go. Turn the rink into a riot. A riot. Turn the rink into a riot. To a riot.
All right, getting ready for the start of period number 2. Both teams have retaken the ice, although the Storm are kind of trickling on a little bit. Just a lot of people don't know this, but there are players from both of these teams that are playing on Team SD together. So during the season, they're rivals. Afterwards, they are teammates. That's the case with a lot of the South Dakota girls varsity teams and some of the younger teams too. They all play together. A big group of them play together on Team South Dakota. So we're getting ready for the start of period number 2, waiting for puck drop. But in the meantime, again, if you enjoyed the video, give a thumbs up. If you're not a member of the channel, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. That helps us. And hope you're enjoying today's broadcast. Knutson taking the draw. Storm wins that one up off the far side boards. Back to Peska. Peska takes the draw. Ewalt gets tripped up. No call. That was a good nod call by the officials there. Knutson carries it in. Hands it off to Rolfsma. Rolfsma tries to chip it back down the boards. Not able to do so. And up and out by near Peska. Peska has to chase it down in her own zone. Quick spin away. Over to the near side to Harris. Harris tried to hit Peska. That pass was intercepted. Harris back with it. Up the far boards to Ewald. Ewald not able to handle that one. Back down low. Peska takes a whack at it. Thank you. And on Reddy. Reddy covers that one up, so we get a stoppage of play and a face-off just to the right of Reddy, and I just realized I did not start the clock. So I'll try and get it going for here in just a little bit. Pfeiffer carries it up and hands it off to Watson. Watson bats it in on a backhand. Up and out, Marvisi gets it and just hammers it down the boards. Watson picks it up in the far side corner. Back to the point to Gora. Gora over to Marvisi. Marvisi hits Watson. Good look there. Pfeiffer throws it down the boards, but not cleanly as it's chipped up the boards. Marvisi pulls it out. Walks out, tries to hand that one off to Nelson. That's intercepted. Marvisi throws it down to Gora. Gora puts it on net, and Pendergrass covers that one up. We get a stoppage of play. And okay. There we go. Scoreboard's up there with the countdown timer. Murray taking the draw. Back to Honor. Honor's shot blocked. Picked up by Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo with it. Backhands it off the backboards to Peska. Peska carries it up the half wall. Hands it off to Honor. Honor with a shot through the legs of number 23 and right on to Pendergrass, who covers it up, and we get a stoppage of play. And another face-off, this time to Pendergrass's right. Time ticks away as we are currently in run time. Rigolizzo takes a bat at it and chipped up and out by the Storm. Peterson to Rigolizzo. To Murray, back to Rigolizzo. Quick tic-tac-toe passing. Up to Honor. Honor carries it in. Leaves it for Murray. Murray's shot redirected wide by a skate. Picked up by Peterson. Peterson carries it down below the goal line. Hands that off to Peska. Peska with it. Down low. Honor with it. Peterson picks it up off the half wall. Hands it off to Peska. Peska with a backhander that goes just wide of the net. And a little bit of a bump there in the corner. Murray not able to get a clean stick on it. and chipped up and out. Picked up by Pesca, thrown up the boards to Murray. Murray hands it off to Honor, carries it into the zone. Honor just gets it down below the goal line, chases it down, had it knocked off her stick temporarily. Over to the far side, chased down by Harris. Harris not able to get to it first, but Honor keeps it in as she rolls back to that blue line. Berg comes down the near side boards and pinches that off. We get a little tiny cluster right down on the boards. Number 23 gets it up and out. Harris right there, but Black swoops in and snakes the puck away. Shot towards the net, but goes through the crease. Reddy doesn't have to make a save there. Up off the stick of Wearspan. Wearspan carries it in and tries to center it. Goes off of a skate. Wearspan over to the far side, picked up by Marvisi. Marvisi gets it down low, but not able to maintain control. Backhanded up. Black snakes that one again and throws it back down low below the goal line. Wearspan chases that one down, rimmed around. Marvisi pulls it off the half wall and throws it down low. Wearspan centered that one to Watson. Watson to Black. Black with a shot, knocked down by Watson. Picked up in the near side corner, and Marvisi not able to keep that one in. And Gora with a nice stick, able to pull that away from the Storm player, prevent the breakaway. Black has a little bit of trouble controlling it in the border or in the corner. Marvisi now with it, throws it down low. Nobody there, and just hammered all the way down. That's going to make it on net, so no icing there. Marvisi chases that one down, picks it up down below the goal line. Long pass hits Nelson. That just barely rolls off of her stick, but she was not able to handle that one. Pfeiffer to Nelson, back to Pfeiffer. Shot on, save Pendergrass. Nelson pulls it from below the goal line up to Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo to Nelson. And ends up down in the Flyer zone. No icing there. Rigolizzo with it. Carries it down below the goal line. Looks to hand it off and runs hard into number 5, I believe that was. Nelson with it. Shot and a kick save by Pendergrass. Picked up by Pesca. To Honor. Honor walks in, backhands it off of Pendergrass. A second shot. Down low for Pesca. Pesca off the far boards up to Peterson. Peterson just throws it back down the half wall. Over to Rigolizzo. Rigolizzo keeps that in and sends it down to Honor. Rigolizzo over to Murray. Murray dances around, hands it to Honor. Shot, and that ends up over. I think it hit Pendergrass and went up over her and into the back of the net. That is the first goal of the period on the Flyers. 27th shot on net. That is goal number 7. We are still in run time. Both of these periods are going to go pretty darn quick. Thrown down into the Flyers zone. And we have an offsides call being made. That goal was Honor from Murray and Peterson. And that is Emma Honor's hat trick for the game. Knocked away from Murray. Glad you enjoyed the video. It took me a while to put that together. And that's not I just did that for fun. That's not something that I'm actually really good at. So it does take me a little bit of time. Over to Pesca. Shot towards the net, way wide. Hits the dasher. Ends up on the stick of Wearspan. But not cleanly. Chipped back down low. Pesca takes a whack at it. Misses. and finally chipped up and out, and we have an offsides being called right there in front of the Flyers bench. If you missed the video, you stepped away for a little bit, stick around for the start of the second intermission. I'll be playing it again. And then again, later on today, after I show the girls at their the senior dinner we're doing, that video will be made available on my YouTube channel for all of you. Marvisi dances around, but not able to do much with it. Over to Black with it. So there's some really cool elements to that video that a year ago never would have been able to do. The flyby part of it was done by AI from a picture that was pulled off of the newspaper or the news article when the Iceplex first opened. The second one is pulled off of the 2D image of the Sioux Falls Lady Flyers. And we have another penalty being called. It's going to be Avery Felton going to the box again for a trip at the 6:50 mark, as your Sioux Falls Flyers are going back on the power play here kind of late in the second period of this game. All right, face-off taken by Honor, kicked at, and the Flyers get control of that. Over to Marvisi. Marvisi with it down low. Back to Pesca, to Marvisi. Marvisi tried to hit Honor. It ekes its way over to the far side to Murray. Murray back to Harris. Harris with it, back to Murray. Back to Harris. Over to Marvisi. Hits Honor. Honor with the shot. And that puck's bouncing around. Pendergrass with a couple of great saves. Back to the point to Harris. Harris walks down and takes a shot. Pendergrass makes the save, and we get a stoppage of play and a face-off deep in the Storm zone. This is the last game of the regular season for the Sioux Falls Lady Flyers. Last one I'll be broadcasting of the regular season. The next games will be out of Mitchell for the state tournament. I'm trying to decide if I want to stream the Capital City Rocks feed or if I'm going to do my own. Back to the point to Harris, over to Murray, and chipped up and out, cleared by the Storm as time winds down on the penalty. Harris backhands it to Honor. Honor with it. Carries it up through the neutral zone. Towards the net, and Pendergrass stood her ground and made a great save. Back to Gora. Gora with the shot, hit a body. Nelson, and that one ends up in the back of the net as Nelson buries another one. That one a power play goal. And again, we are doing senior day here. The seniors taking the spotlight. We'll check the official scoring on that one. It's not posted yet, so we'll let you know as soon as it is ready. Face-off back at center ice, 8-0 for the Flyers, and that is Lucy Nelson from Lily Gora towards the net. Picked up by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer carries it in, hands it off back to Pfeiffer. Shot, save Pendergrass. And we get another stoppage of play and a face-off just to her right. So Lucy Nelson from Lily Gora for that one. And that's it for no second assist. Number 23 with it, takes it down below the goal line, gets around a couple of the Flyers, throws it up and out. Rigolizzo chips it off the boards, and that hit a body up to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer hits Rigolizzo, shot on, save Pendergrass. Pfeiffer bounces it off the backboards, looking to hand that one off. That goes off of a stick, and Gora has to chase that one down in her own zone. She does. Up to Black. That grenades off her stick, thrown down low. Off the back of the netting. Peterson with it. Up to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer gets around one of the, I think, number 20. Knudsen picks it up in the slot, ends up over on the far boards. Another centering pass. Stolen by Meyer. Over to Black. Black with it. Nice pass up to Meyer, and a shot on. That ends up over in the near side corner, picked up by Berg, and she backhands it down low for Knudsen. Centering to Harris. Harris with a shot that hits a body in front. Honor with it, throws it down below the goal line. Knudsen centers that one, and the Sioux Center Storm intercept it and send it all the way back down. That's going to be an icing call on the Storm. We're at the 1:41 mark of the second period with a face-off down in the Storm zone just to the left of Pendergrass at the 1:30 mark. Late in the second period, your Sioux Falls Lady Flyers leading very, very decisively in this game. Puck ends up over in the near corner, picked up by Honor. Honor has it taken from her. Kicked at, Rolfsma with it. Centered that one, shot by Pesca. Pesca pulls it away from the net, into the corner, walks away with it, over to the far side to Honor. Honor tried to hit Rolfsma up front. Got to have your stick on the ground, or on the ice, ladies. Shot towards the net, save Pendergrass. Rolfsma with it. She's tied up a little bit, but still manages to come away with the puck. Back to Harris. Shot blockered away by Pendergrass. Picked up by the Storm. Up past Marvisi, past Pesca, and out of the zone. Chased down by Harris. Harris with it down below the goal line. Quick stop. Marvisi gets it. Throws it over to Pesca. Pesca throws it up the boards. Honor runs into number 3, and they both go down. No icing there. Off the near side boards. Harris with it now. Decides she's going to carry it up, and time runs out in the second period. That does it for the second period. We're going to go into the second intermission of the game. And as promised, I'm going to let you watch the video one more time. If you haven't had a chance to see it, stick around. This is my own creation, and I had a lot of fun doing it, but it did take me a while to do it. So if you do want to come back, the video to the channel, the video will be on the channel as an actual, not a live video, but an actual video later on this afternoon. So without further ado, here we go.
Door slam open, skates cut lines in the ice. Breath like smoke in the cold air, red light ready to flash twice.
Shot and a goal!
Black
Four-handed.
tape, white blade, steel sparks on the turn. Their colors in our crosshairs. Let it hit!
shot by U-Ball, and that one ends up in the back of the net.
Turn the rink into a riot.
Fires in by number 15 for the Flyers.
We bring sudden death to silence. Every hit, every shot transform. Turn the rink into a riot. Every heart on overload. We don't break, we don't bend, we don't back, we explode.
Down and a shot it out. Top shelf goal.
Bench pounds, glass shakes, boards thump under our feet. Numbers flying on the back, check every stride, every
Net
clash
shot it in the
concrete.
back of the net.
Blue line, locked in, draw pass and we collide.
Stolen by Watson. Watson carries it in.
Feel thunder in the chest plate when our crest meets
Back to Berdahl. Shot on net. Save Allerding. Shot Black buries that one.
Turn the rink into a riot. Turn the noise into a storm. We bring sudden death to silence. Every hit, every shot transform.
And Murray buries that one.
Every heart on overload. We don't break, we don't bend, we don't back, we explode. Last line change, last hard charge. Every second hits like large. Last line change, last hard charge. Every second hits like large.
That does it for this game. Flyers won 3-0.
3,
All right, folks, welcome back. We are here for the start of the third period. Let's see if I can actually get the timer going at puck drop. Nope, I did not make it. Ewald gets it, throws it down low. Past Harris, chipped up and out. Storm come down, knocked away by Pesca, thrown towards the net. Again, we are in run time. I'll put the timer up on the screen here in just about 30 seconds. Pesca with the puck, carries it up through the neutral zone. Had it knocked away from her. Knudsen steals that. Shot wide of the net. Picked up on the far side. Stolen by Watson. Watson carries it down. And now Gora with it. She carries that in, hands it off to Watson. Watson to Nelson. Nelson to Gora. Gora not able to get a stick on it. Marvisi centers that one, knocked away by Pendergrass. And fired all the way up and out by number 5. And that's going to be an icing call on the Storm. Again, we are in run time in this third period. Second period scoring, or second period recap, which I apologize I didn't do before I played the video. I was so excited about that. Let me get get what I need up there. Second period scoring. Emma Honor was the first goal from Aniston Murray and Callie Peterson. Shot blocked by Nelson. Second goal for the second period was Lucy Nelson from Lily Gora. Handed off to Rigolizzo over to the far side to Nelson. Not able to handle that. Chipped up and out. And Rigolizzo has to chase it down in her own zone. Taken behind the net. Rigolizzo lost a handle on it. Shot and up to Felton. Felton with it. Shot towards the net. Went off a body in front. And that ended up behind the net. Gora with it now. Back to the point. Felton again with it. Shot towards the net. Redirected wide by number 20. Can't remember what number Rhea Brenner is. I guess I could look that up. Huh? That is number 20. Okay, puck ended up in the Flyers bench. A little flurry there for the Sioux Center Storm. Face-off down in the Storm zone. Picked up by Peterson, I believe that is. Yep. Bounced off the backboards. Honor with it. Murray back to Honor. Honor picks it back up after going off the leg pad of number 29. Rimmed around, picked up by Murray. Murray past Honor. Backhanded up. Pesca with it. Pesca throws it over in the far corner. Murray not able to get to it first. Pesca there, knocks it down. Pesca manages to keep that one in. Shot blocker saved by Pendergrass. And puck's bouncing around, picked up by Pesca, left for Berg. Berg with it, throws it towards the net and just scooped up by Pendergrass. And we get a stoppage of play and a face-off just to her left. 12:50 as time ticks away. Shots on goal sitting at 39-6 in favor of the Flyers, as is shown by their 8-0 win. Wearspan centered that one back to Harris. Harris kept it from going out. Over to Marvisi. Marvisi, her pass is picked off, but ends up back to Wearspan. Wearspan with a nice deke and a shot off the leg pads of Marvisi. Picked up by Black. Black with it. Shot. Save Pendergrass. That one was through the legs of one of the defenders. Meyer gets it down low. Black pinches the Storm player up against the boards. Black comes away with it. Centered to Marvisi. Marvisi to Harris. Harris had it knocked off her stick. Number 28 carries it down. Shot off the glove of Reddy. Ends up behind the net. And over to the near side. Picked up by Meyer. Meyer chips it off the boards and out. Number 23 for the Storm. Gathers it up. Dances through the neutral zone. And throws it into the... off the glass. That took a weird bounce. Chipped off the boards and out. And that is a Flyers icing call in this third period. Faceoff will be down in the Flyers zone just to the right of Reddy at the 11-minute mark of the third period. Gora gets that one off the Flyers faceoff win. Gora pulls it from behind the net, had it stripped off her stick. Shot towards the net off of Nelson's skate. Thrown up and out. That is going to be an icing if it makes it all the way. It does not. The Storm gather it up. Stolen by Nelson. Nelson centered that one. Rhea Brenner picks that off. Long pass. No icing there. Ends up down in the Flyers zone. Rigolizzo gets it down below the goal line. Nelson picks that pass off. Ends up over in the far side. Gora with it. Not able to do much. Nelson had her stick knocked away from her by Brenner. Felton comes in, shot towards the net. It goes off of a couple bodies and ends up going wide. Gora now with it. Gora carries it into the center, the Storm zone. Shot Rigolizzo off of Pendergrass. And Rigolizzo manages to get it back. Centered to Honor. Honor threw it towards the net, but it ends up wide. Left for Honor by Murray. Back down low for Honor. Honor to Murray off of her skates. Picked up by Rolfsma. Rolfsma throws that down low. Centering pass by Murray. Another one. That hit a couple skates in front and ended up just wide. That was by Rolfsma. Back to the point, Berg. Back down low. Centering pass. Right to the slot. Chipped off the boards and out. It's a race for the puck. Honor beats everybody to it. Whiffs on it, but manages to get it out of the zone. Number 29 gathers it up over to the far side. Off the boards and into the Flyers zone. Picked up by Murray. Murray, her pass is picked off. Thrown down low by number 13 into the Flyers zone. Berg gets it. Up the near side boards. Knutson up to Honor. Honor with it, and she just lobs it in right on Pendergrass and goes for a change. Black knocked it away. Second time, Wearspan comes in and not able to do much with it. Wearspan picks it back up. Tries to chip it up, and unable to do so, but gets the puck back. Passes it up to Black. Black carries it in, mishandles it. Down low, over to the far side. Black gets it, rims it around all the way over to the far side. Harris chases that one down. Throws it deeper into the zone, takes a whack at it, ends up losing a handle on it. Number 12 gets it, bounces it off the backboards. And no icing there as that went through a couple of Flyers. Down into the Flyers zone. Marvisi now with it. Marvisi showing patience with the puck over to the far side. And Wearspan Not able to get it out. Picked off by Harris. Harris with it now. Harris carries it in. Leaves it for Watson. Watson had it knocked off her stick. Long pass up to Brenner. Brenner carries it in. Got Rigolizzo on her. Centering pass by Brenner, and Reddy covers that one up. We get another stoppage of play at the 6:50 mark of the third period. Thanks for joining us today. If you've not liked and subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you appreciate the broadcast, I know we got some Sioux Center parents and family members that are watching. Thanks for joining us. Up to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with it. Tried to hit Watson. They don't connect. And the Storm come away with it. Up the boards. Chipped down by Gora. Gora walks to the center. Had the puck taken from her. Off the boards on the far side, past Rigolizzo and out. Gora chases that one down. Long pass up to Ewalt. That goes off of her, but she's not able to control it, and that is an icing call on the Flyers. Face-off down in the Flyers zone at the 5:50 mark of the third and final frame of this game. Pesca with it now, comes off the half wall. Carries it up through the neutral zone. Takes it behind the Sioux Center net, thrown back down low. Sioux Center gets it, and they just rip it all the way down. That's going to be an icing call on Sioux Center. Face-off will be to the left of the Storm's net of Pendergrast. And we are less than 5 minutes to go in this period. Again, we are in run time due to the goal differential right now. Chipped down low by Berg. Murray with it off the near side boards. Up to Berg. Berg Peterson. Shot towards the net. Kicked aside by Pendergrast. Peterson with it. Tried to hit Murray. Down low. Pesca with it. Tried to throw it towards the net. Hits the body in front. Pesca steals that one right at the blue line. Carries it down low. Backhands it towards Pendergrast. Sticked away. Off the near side boards to Berg. Berg over to the far side to Peterson. Peterson hits Pesca. Pesca's shot hits a body in front. Another one on Pendergrast. And picked up by the Storm and brought up and out. Shot towards the net and blocked. I think that was sticked away by Reddy. Another one shot towards the net. Berg with it now. She takes it behind the Flyers net. Gets it up to Murray. Murray with it. That was a little bit of a dangerous play by Berg, but it worked. Off the boards and out. Shot down into the Flyers zone. Marvisi with it. Marvisi tried to hit Neely Meyer. That was a little bit out of her reach. And Meyer gets it into the zone, into this Storm zone. Rimmed around all the way over to the far side. Brought off the wall. Harris not able to get to it. Harris carries it in now on a second attempt. And she gets bumped up against the boards. Thrown up the boards and out. Past Meyer. Marvisi chases that one down. Marvisi hands it off to Black. And we have an offsides call being made. Yeah, that was my daughter there. I hope I got that on video. She just steamrolled one of the Storm players. right there at the blue line and got away with it. Backhanded up the boards. Pfeiffer battling for it. And chipped up and out as Knudsen comes to help out. Nelson now with it. Carried in, over to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with a shot, and that ends up over the net. Back to the point. Rigolizzo shot towards the net. Off the boards, rims around. Rigolizzo chases it down and keeps it in. Watson had it knocked away from her. The Storm come away with it. Up the boards and out. Now brought in by Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer with it. Faked the pass, took the shot, went wide of the net. Rigolizzo gets bumped and ends up going down. Storm both teams are getting a little physical towards the end of the first. We got 1 minute left as time's ticking away. Pesca with it now down below the goal line. Carries it up the far boards using her speed, but she had it taken from her by number 13. Pesca with a stick lift manages to come away with the puck. Up to Rolfsma. Rolfsma throws it towards the net. It goes just wide. Picked up by Knudsen. Harris with it now. Off the boards. Up to Pesca. Pesca throws it to Rolfsma. Rolfsma lost a handle on it. Ewald carries it in. Ewald just bats it down low. 15 seconds left in the period. Harris with it. Walks to the slot. Hands it off to Pesca. Pesca with it. Over to Ewald. Shot! And that hits Pendergrass and goes wide. And Knudsen with a little bit of a forearm shiver down there. That should have been a call. She got away with that one. But that horn does it. That is the end of the third period. The Flyers win 8-0. Shots on goal is 44-8 in favor of the Flyers. And there was nothing that really happened in that third period, just a lot of skating around, no penalties, no scoring for either team. But that did it. That does it for the regular season. That does it for the All right, that does it for us today. That's the end of the regular season for your Sioux Falls Lady Flyers. 2 weeks we'll be in Mitchell for the state tournament. In the meantime, everybody have a good Sunday afternoon. We will talk to you, or we'll see you back on here. Either, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be broadcasting my own or if I'm going to use the Capital City Rocks broadcast. But I'll find out, let everybody know. Hope everybody has a good Sunday, and Chico out.